Well, good afternoon. This is Jonathan Sanchez here in Mexico. Obviously, it is July 27, 2026. We knew the newfound order of the Fidel Castrismo that has been implemented, and obviously, a lot of the issues that Mexico Fidel Castrismo implemented a lot of the fascist statements that was created, and because we knew the situation that their fascism and the younger generation that has an acceptability to fascist outlining. This is a great example of the issues that have been transcribed because we knew the implementation that fascism creates a lot of the totalitarianism that was created, and obviously the same aspect of young generational fascists. And this is why a lot of the structures was created because we knew those implementations that now that we knew that they created a circumstance that the narrations show a dual language. The language barrier creates the JHCH syndrome, and because we're in a situation that they've been syndromatized, like I said, it's not smartness, it's a creation of issues that proclaim a lot of the structuralizations where we've seen these actions that create their ineptitude and obviously situations that create a lot of the circumstances that transcribes a younger generational fascists, in which because now we knew the implementations that were created because we knew the circumstances that these type of plantations create sufficient evidence that we're going to be taken into a lot of the Fidel Castro actions that were taken here in Mexico. Um, it's kind of funny that a lot of the implementations that are completely anti-democratic um, because we knew the situation of acceptance of issues that structuralize a different standard of social acceptability. And this is why a lot of the issues that transcribe is because we knew those issues that Claudia Shedhead and her caquitas created these implementations that we knew a lot of us were looking. Um, and obviously, their wapismo created a lot of the issues that created a lot of the circumstances because now we knew those individuals, these people, created situations that they're fascism. And you're talking about a younger generation. You're talking about a generational impact that are created to the acceptability. This is why I said everything that was being done and how it was being created, because the sufficient amount of evidence also creates the social shifting. Um, and this is why a lot of the circumstances that the Fidel Castrismo also orchestrates a lot of the narratives that were going to be created in such plantations, because we knew those circumstances are going to be taken in such directorship that these the JSC have they been syndromatized, and obviously the implantation that creates a lot of the circumstances have been, like I said, it's going to be one of the biggest narratives around or across the globe. Um, and obviously because we knew situations that was done because we've seen those circumstances that uh, now we know we have a bigger impact around everything with the UN. And obviously this syndrome that's created a lot of issue is because now we know the circumstances of the how can I say, the Fidel Castrismo that is based here. So we're seeing young fascists, young how can we say this? Well, yeah, this young generational fascists that create a situation of acceptability to the social norms that have been adapted to. And this is why a lot of the social structure is created through that narrative alone. Um, and this is why it's kind of funny because we knew that their young fascists knew the circumstances are going to be taken into Spain, Portugal, France, Italy, and because we knew the situation that was created because this is why a lot of the real structure creates vandalism, terrorism, and issues of criminal activity in abundance. So now they have an abundance of that. They have an abundance of fascist young individuals. And now that they have an abundance of young fascists, also creates that new narrative. It's no longer TikTok dancing. It's about a situation that creates young fascists. Um, and this is a great example. And this is kind of funny because this is the implementation that they created, because this is the circumstances that these young fascists are funny to look at, because this is what they implemented here in Mexico. And it's funny because this is what they have created. This is their social impact. This is their social contract. And it's kind of funny because the implementations that we can put a face to the creation of the actions are being narrated is because now we do have an implementations where the fucking idiots created a fascist statement across the globe. Um, and yes, it's going to be one of those true narratives uh, that circulates everything with Claudia Shedhead, well, Mexico, and the implementations that were taken. Uh, Once again, we are talking about implementations where the social contract that we can actually sue, because there are implementations that these narratives were completely unbiasedly done. So now that we knew the circumstances are in a true narrative of substantial amount of ineptitude by these fascist individuals. This is Jonathan Adolfo Sanchez here in Mexico, and obviously because we knew situations that world powers conducted a lot of the issues that these young fascists created the circumstance, um, and their ineptitude.